welcome to part 16 of my webcast series about a mission flown by the 8th Air Force on December 24th, 1944. In this episode we will take a general look on a return flight and landing. Some problems occurred while joining up after the attack, and that sometimes led that a single squadron did not join up at all and went home alone. The return flight from the target towards the UK coast did not pose any problems for the bomb groups as it went mostly over friendly territory. The mission was planned as such that those who left the UK coast last would cross it first on the return leg. Therefore, just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the first aircraft of the 2nd Division landed on their home base in East Anglia, and the next couple of hours the 1st and 3rd Division crossed the UK coast. But as it was winter, little daylight was left and most groups landed in dusk or complete darkness. Not all aircraft made it to the UK coast. For instance, some B-24s of the 44th, 93rd, 389th, 446 and 466 diverted on an airfield on mainland Europe, one of which was Brussels Melsbroek, which nowadays is the national airfield of Belgium. Ship 7726 of the 452nd Bomb Group diverted into Brussels as well. It was still there on 3rd of January 1945 and was subsequently destroyed during Operation Bodemplatte. Other aircraft failed to return due to battle damage and crashed on mainland Europe. The 92nd Bomb Group lost 2 B-17s in this manner. Ship 6T-17 was hit by anti-aircraft fire and 2 engines were knocked out. While trying to reach friendly territory, they were again hit. All engines by this time were useless and the aircraft was put in a glide. All crew jumped out into safety with only 2 falling behind enemy lines, but were soon back in friendly territory. The second loss was ship 8022, also due to battle damage. This bomber crashed near Ohaye in Belgium with the loss of 3 crew members while the others jumped to safety. The 95th lost ship 8760 as it crash landed in Sarrable, France. It left the formation after their attack and slowly got out their sight. With the exception of the 381st and some aircraft of the 92nd and 379th, all other 1st Division B-17s had to divert to other bases as their home base was fogged in. The 91st and some aircraft of the 92nd diverted to Bury St Edmunds. The 303rd went to Snetterton and the 305th to Horham, Great Ashfield and 2 other airfields not shown on the map. The 306 diverted to Framlingham, Debach and Bury St Edmunds. The 351st to Ridgewell, Nettisol, Debach and 2 other airfields not shown on the map. The 379th went to Mendlesham. The 384th diverted to Sudbury and Ridgewell and 1 other airfield not shown, while the 398th diverted to Redlesden and Ridgewell. The 401st to Levenham and Devon Green, and finally the 457th diverted to Eye and Horham. With so many B-17s diverting, there was no other option than to park them on the runway as is shown on these photographs taken at Bury St Edmunds. There was not even enough billeting, so crews had to sleep on board their aircraft. At Bury St Edmunds, a 92nd Bomb Group B-17 crashed while attempting to land. The mission report reads, he was cut out of the traffic pattern on his first approach. In coming around again, with one motor feathered and a second engine presumably failing, the plane was unable to gain sufficient altitude and struck some tall trees. Crashed and burned at 1830 hours. 7 crew members lost their lives and 2 survived, but one of them died 2 days later from his injuries. The 452nd lost a B-17 near Hingham. In this crash, 6 crew members lost their lives. The 34th was held up as the 379th bomb group diverted to their airfield. 2 landing incidents caused damage to 4 44th aircraft. In both cases, one B-17 ran into another B-17 that landed before them. This photo shows ship 822 which ran into ship 8422 after landing. Something similar happened at Ethelbridge when 2 466 B-24s collided just after landing. After landing, all crews were interrogated. These 2 pictures shows the interrogation forum of Hutchison's crew, 388th Bomb Group. It shows they were flying as lead in the high element of the 388th A Squadron, 45th A Group. They attacked their primary target with 38 100-pound bombs at 1445 at an altitude of 25,500 feet. They rated their results as fair. On the next page they recorded times and locations when they saw or encountered flak. They witnessed a B-17 going down at 1304, some 20 miles ahead of them. What they witnessed was the loss of a 447 bomb group B-17. They further observed lots of fires at Pforzheim. And finally, they stated their fighter support was good and the weather was as briefed. This finalizes the mission for December 24, 1944. Planning and preparation for the next mission was already in full swing and saw both 2nd and 3rd Division take to the skies again on Christmas Day. In the final episode we will take a look at the statistical data for this mission.